Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Hey guys, Chris here with Angler Unit with the video update that I promised you. If you saw 2 videos ago when I did my, it was just a small tackle warehouse unboxing video where I showed you that I was changing over from the Bass Mafia icebox, the 3700 size icebox. If you watch that video, the problems I had with the icebox is it's great for lures and bigger hooks and jig heads. It's really bad for terminal tackle. Little things, split rings, snaps, swivels, all finesse hooks, all manner of finesse hooks. Everything finds a way to slip under and over those dividers. You know, the quality of it for me was great. You know, I liked it. I lived with it for a few years. But what I decided to do was, in my day bag, I wanted to fit everything. And I had some bad luck with some of the Plano Edge series, the thin, the Plano Edge thin, and one of the other Plano Edges. They just weren't, there weren't enough compartments, or they weren't deep enough. So I did a video where I ordered some new edge boxes to sort of get rid of my little flambeau day box for jigs, and the Bass Mafia ice box. I just wanted more control over my small terminal tackle going over the edges and spilling out of compartments. Well, didn't work out so good. So this is going to end up being a review of the Plano Edge 3700 Master Terminal Tackle Box and the Plano Edge 3700 Jig and Blade Bait box. Okay, so I got those 2 boxes. So this is a review of those 2 products because I needed something for my day bag. I got real deep into those and the issues associated with them. So here's the day bag. I replaced a Bass Mafia Icebox 3700 and a little flambeau with these 2. So again, trying to save space in the day bag. This worked as far as that's concerned, but I'm going to have to add the Plano 3700 thin because the Master Terminal Tackle Box did not do what I needed it to do. So let's take a look at it. I'll show it to you. All right, so here it is. Now, so this is a day bag. I need a little bit of everything that I fish with. I need to be able to put this, if someone invited me on a boat and I need to grab, I want to be able to do everything with a few rods. I still want every presentation in here. If I'm going, you know, bank fishing at a lake and I'm carrying 5 rods with me, I still need every presentation that I do to be represented in the day bag. This is the grab and go bag, okay? So what happened was, all right, so here's the 3700 Master Terminal Tackle Box. So let's talk about a few things. The one-handed latch. Yeah, it's one-handed opening it. It is not one-handed closing it, okay? So it's clunky and crappy. I'm not impressed with it. It feels chintzy. It feels like this will shatter the first time you drop it. So if you are rough on your gear, maybe think twice. If you've got like a boat where you've got a storage compartment for this, you'll be fine. Okay, so it opens perfectly good with one hand. It's when you go to latch it with one hand that if you are not dead center on it, if you're not dead centered, okay, and I was dead center that time, you have spots that don't grab. So really, this box to me is more inconvenient than the the Bass Mafia where I had the 2 latches. I think this design was more gimmick than useful, because you also have to sort of like, you know, pry it up. So see, it's not one-handed. I'm telling you, you know, it opens one-handed. You can swing it open and get into it one-handed. But when you go to close it, you really got to pay close attention that it's grabbing on both sides. So right there, I'd subtract a point. The other thing is, and I don't know if this is good or bad. Okay, I don't know. It's a complete waste of space. Okay, so you've got these little boxes inside to hold your small finesse hooks. Okay, and then you can, you know, they have little lids on them that you can open up, or you can take them out. Again, it's a day bag, so I'm not carrying, you know, 50 or 60 of something. It's too rigid. Like, they act like this is like Legos and that you can build everything where you want it, but you're kind of locked into how many you use and where they go. So again, you've got, even if I was putting hooks in here in another terminal tackle box of any other kind, all of my finesse hooks might only take up this part of a row. But because you have these boxes with the finger grabs and all the spacing and the bulk, it's like you get less space for smaller stuff. And I think it's an absolute waste of space. So you can see I've got most of my shaky heads and Ned heads here. Swim bait heads. But now all of my hooks are mixed together. Sizes 3 through 6. All right, so this isn't a problem right now, because here's how I'm going to address this. All right, let's go back to the start. This box, I would suggest using it for all of your small, easily lost terminal tackle if you are fishing from a boat or a kayak. If this is going to just be for a bank beating day bag, I wouldn't suggest it. I'm happy I got it, but to be honest, I didn't need it. Yes, okay, so the problem that the Bass Mafia had was small things jumping the gaps. That no longer happens. So the small stuff's secured. But now, because I, like, literally, this giant little box stores maybe, I don't know, 10 or 12 tungsten weights. These could have been double-sided. So let me show you the problem here. And they don't come out as easy as you think. The lid wants to come open before it actually wants to snap out. So let's see, I forget what I put in this one. So let's take a look. All right, Nico weights. So I have 2 sizes. So you have these 2 hemispherical, you know, rubber gaskets, so that you could put worm weights in here. I use it for my Nico, my 2 different Nico weight sizes. They take up nothing in a normal divider tackle box. So now my Nico weights are taking up this much room in a terminal tackle box, which is totally insane. This should have been designed to flip with a lid on this side to hold maybe tungsten worm weights. So yeah, this box is completely overkill for my needs. Like, I really, you know, it's nice to not have little hooks disappearing on me, but it's not nice to waste. Okay, so here's some worm hooks that I take out with me. That's all I needed. But these could have gone in a tiny little compartment. I didn't need this, okay? So, again, if they're all going to be here, why can't I flip it and have another lid on this side with more of them? So, what is that? 12 weights in here gets all of that space in this box. So, Again, if you're leaving this in a locker or leaving it on your kayak, it's a great design. If it's just, not holding all of your terminal tackle, like if you need something to just hold a little bit of everything for a day bag, this is complete overkill. And I would suggest this for all your finer terminal tackle. Fine wire hooks, all of your different sized drop shot hooks, your different sized finesse wide gap hooks, all your real skinny stuff that typically jumps over, it's perfect for that. And you want it for that. But anything where you're going to have your other hooks in it, it's useless. It's not a great design. So for terminal tackle, if this is just terminal tackle, I would give this an 8 out of 10. I would subtract points for the waste of space in it, regardless of how great it is to have these little compartments that don't let stuff jump. It still does not make use of 3,700 volume size, should be able to hold a ton of stuff. It just doesn't make great use of it. And the latches on these is just, not what I would want it to be. I don't know if you guys have had luck with them or not, but they seem like they're going to shatter. So as far as this goes, it's a good product. I told you what I would use it for. If it's just going in a day bag, it's overkill. Nothing special. 8 out of 10 is great. That's great for how much I just knocked this box, this 3,700 terminal tackle box. It's still one of the better ones on the market. I mean, you got the clear top. You have the corrosion resistance, like built in and cooked into everything in here. So and it's waterproof. So those are all huge things that you look for in a terminal tackle box. So those are all pluses. That's why it's still getting an 8 out of 10. It's not everything that it's cracked up and touted to be. So, surprisingly not happy with that. Now, but it does keep all my little stuff from moving around. On to the Jig and Bladed Jig box. I didn't need something this big for the day bag, but I really liked the way that it stored stuff. So I wanted to try it. I have to say I'm super impressed with this. Now, I thought this was just going to be, I'd probably think this was stupid. I have to say it's a great design. I love that I'm not forced to keep these columns where someone else decided to put them. So I spaced them out, kind of how I want them for this is mostly finesse jigs in here right now. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, I don't know, almost 20 jigs in here. And, it's got oodles of room to hold more. I'll probably put the chatterbaits in here, and I'll add a few more things. I'll probably put like 4 or 5 chatterbaits in here. Again, this is a day bag, and this is overkill for a day bag. You don't need this. The other jig box that I had from Flambeau was too small. This is too big, but I'm going to stick with it because I think this design is fantastic. I like that these rows move. I was pleasantly surprised with actually how well thought out this was. And I had seen some reviews where people said it's too shallow and their weed guards are getting bowed against the lid. I haven't found that to be the case at all. Now, this is a lot of finesse jigs in here, but I do have some, giant 5/0, Strike King jigs in here, and that's not an issue with them. They're not, it might be touching, but they're not bowing over and bending. So I think that's a non-issue. The only thing I could say is this latch isn't all that it's cracked up to be. It works. It's waterproof. It's got the corrosion resistance. It's got a clear top so you can see stuff. I think it holds small jigs fine. I haven't had any of these jigs pop loose. So yeah, this was a pleasant surprise. I would give this a 9. out of 10. So totally recommend this. This is awesome. So yeah, so the day bag is still defeated, and it's still in a state of flux because I wanted to get rid of 2 things and put 2 other things in that gave me a little better storage. That didn't happen. So I'm gonna get the Plano Edge thin. It's got a lot of dividers in it, and then that will be all of my swim bait and worm hooks, all my bigger hooks. I'll just divide all my hooks up because, you know, 3/0, 4/0, 5/0, 2/0, 3/0, 4/0, 5/0, some 6/0, some 7/0, a little bit of everything. That's going to go in here. It'll be thin. It'll still work in this, I believe this is a 30, I could be wrong, but I think it's 36 quart size bag, if that helps you guys out. So, you know, the bag needs to stay compact so that it can just get thrown in the car. You know, like you watch the other video, I've been using this bag now for about 5 years for a day bag. Now, not this exact one, because one went in the drink. You know, this is probably my 3rd over 5 years. They're very inexpensive and they work awesome. So I'll put a link to this bag because I just found it again. I ordered another one of them for a trip I have coming up. Yeah, so I'm still on the quest for the perfect day bag system. These 2 Plano Edge 3700 boxes did not get me closer. They kept me where I was before when I was using the Flambeau and the Bass Mafia. But, you know, where those things had deficiencies, these are better. So it was an even trade. Yeah, so a 3700 thin, once I get all those hooks organized in it, I think my bag will be good to go for hopefully another 3 to 5 years. You know, I really don't want to upscale. I like having something small that I can throw around. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But just wanted to give you a quick review, and it probably wasn't quick because I'm long-winded. The Plano Edge 3700s, you know, they're solid. People love them for a reason. I grew up with Plano. My first tackle box was a Plano, and I'm talking like 1980, somewhere between 1980 and 1982. So I've been using Plano forever, and then switched maybe in the last 10 years to trying a whole bunch of different competitors, and I'm back to Plano again. So yeah, it didn't accomplish what I wanted, but you know, the Terminal Tackle box, I have to reiterate this, it doesn't make the best use of space. It does a great job at organizing and protecting. And if that's all that you're interested in, is organizing and protecting and keeping things from being loose and getting rusted, it's great for that. It's just not good for a smorgasbord of things that you want to have in like a throw bag. It's just not good for that. And the Jig and Bladed Jig box is awesome, and reviews you've seen where things shake loose or it's bending weed guards, I would say for the most part ignore that, unless you're using some kind of crazy massive jig that I've never seen where the weed guards are huge and long. Maybe then they'd start to curve, but no, I'm really happy and surprised with that. So that's it for today, guys. I have tons of family stuff coming up, and I'm going on a trip with my family to Florida to go to Disney World and stuff. So I think I am going to put a hiatus on videos for the time being till the new year. I'm going to order a whole bunch of stuff in the next 3 to 4 weeks so that we can get back to looking at all the colors of certain lines of baits and lures. So I'll order a whole bunch of stuff. We'll dive deep into the colorways, all the colorways of some of those baits. I have a few guests lined up, but because it's the holidays, we're having scheduling issues of like what night during the week is good. And so we'll get back to the normal videos soon. So update. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for subscribing if you're a subscriber. If you're not, it'd be kind of cool. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.